Welcome back to American Agenda. Well, show Michelle the money. It's time now for the other view. According to reports, Michelle Obama, check this out, raking in the dough. The former First Lady earning $750,000 for a one-hour speech on diversity, equity, and inclusion in Germany right near Oktoberfest. And Michelle Obama is apparently so popular amongst the Democrats that many are speculating her next move will be to the White House. Former GOP vice presidential nominee Sarah Palin tweeting out, "Don't be surprised, but I still say it'll be Michelle O, hashtag 2024 election. Biden's out." Ted Cruz also weighed in. But it does beg the question, with Michelle Obama earning so much cash on the speaking circuit, there's some book deals too, why would she ever want to run for office? Joining us now to discuss is our panel, Project 21 volunteer Whitley Yates and former Nassau County executive and host of Cut to the Chase, Laura Curran. Great to have you both with us here on The Other View. Laura, I'm going to start with you. Michelle Obama, widely beloved across the country. I know not by everybody, but by a lot of people. Great approval rating. But would she really want to take on the gig of president? And do you think it would even be possible?
My sense is that this is something that Republicans should be very afraid of. However, I don't think it's going to happen. I think she is very happy being a private person again. And as you say, if she can make $750,000 for a one-hour speech, and I'm sure all expenses paid, hey, who would give that up?
Yeah, it's a great point. Whitley, although, we keep hearing her name mentioned and mentioned again in various circles. Of course, you mentioned Sarah Palin, also Ted Cruz, but other political analysts have been bringing up her name, saying that there is no way that President Biden could make it to a second term, much less even win the election. Your take if Biden does continue, and do you see Michelle Obama potentially, I'll say, parachuting in, as Ted Cruz says, or do you think it could be someone else?
Absolutely not. Anytime you can stand in front of an audience in Germany and speak about diversity, there's like some hypocrisy and irony in that entire statement in and of itself, and make $700,000. Why would you give that up to stand next to a feeble president who doesn't know what room he's in? She would never do anything like that. Listen, I'm about free market capitalism, and she's getting to the money. I don't see her giving that up to go to anybody's White House or stand next to Joe Biden to trade making that kind of money in. It is interesting, though, that her political ideology does not match her socioeconomic status anymore. She was a tax the rich person, and she has now become the rich that she wants to tax.
Yeah, Whitley, I'm so glad you brought that up. I am 100%. Hey, listen, if you can make that amount of money for an hour, rock on. That's fantastic, but there does seem to be a little hypocrisy based on what she claims from a politically philosophical standpoint, Laura, versus what she's doing. Your thoughts?
It's so interesting. We see so many people. We just see Bob Menendez in New Jersey and all the legal problems he's having. Politicians on both sides of the aisle cashing in on their time in public service. And it's amazing, even sometimes before they leave public service, as we see with Menendez, for instance, they're still raking in the bucks. I mean, someone who's worked in the public sector for decades and decades, having millions upon millions of dollars. That's something we see among Republicans, among Democrats. And frankly, I think it's a reason why a lot of people are really cynical about politics and about politicians these days, more than ever.
All right. Well, I want to jump to the other First Lady who we're hearing a lot about in the headlines, Hillary Clinton, her involvement in the race for 2024. Now, in a meeting at the White House, Clinton reportedly told President Biden not to ignore threats from a third-party candidate. But that's not all. She also told MSNBC that she is concerned about Russian interference. Take a listen.
I think we should be talking about it more, because I don't think, despite all of the deniers, there's any doubt that he interfered in our election, or that he has interfered in many ways in the internal affairs of other countries, funding political parties, funding, political candidates, buying off, government officials in different places. He hates democracy. He particularly hates the West, and he especially hates us.
I want to hear both of you. We're very short on time. Whitley first. Give me about 15 seconds, and then Laura, wrap us up.
Hillary should mind the business that pays her. We all know that the Russian hoax was a hoax. There was absolutely no collusion. So the fact that she's perpetuating this is just a part of her lies, fallacies, and fairy tales that she has. But she's not talking about the $40 million that the Democrats received from cryptocurrency that was stolen from people from FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. She should mind the business that pays her and stay out of things like this because she has no clue what she's talking about.
Laura, final short word.
It's not exactly a stop the presses moment to say that Putin is out to alter the election. I mean, this is a man who literally is alleged to have assassinated his opponents in his country and abroad. And I will say for Hillary, not a huge fan, but she was a former Secretary of State. I think she has good connections in the intelligence community.
All right, we're going to leave it there on The Other View. Whitley Yates, Laura Curran, great chat there. Thanks so much for joining me on The Other View. Appreciate it.